defensive end, the pressure will be defending Lou Williams without fouling. So crafty.
Lou Williams, in the words of his head coach Doc Rivers, in defensive efficiency, we're also top 5 in offensive efficiency. And Bledsoe, Mark Jackson has been doing. Harrell sets the screen for Williams, who got downhill. Ran into traffic again at the rim. Giannis with a big step, and he got jacked, but got the putback to fall.
Back to you.
All right, George, and this is the first game of a back-to-back for the Los Angeles Clippers. As mentioned, they take on the Portland Trailblazers. Los Angeles Clippers 0 for 5 from the field. Lopez off the lob, and it's up to 9-0.
I'm talking about going to the finals all those years, winning championships, playing all those minutes.
Carrying a heavy load at both ends.
And he still has his foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah. Well said. And the Lakers off to a great start this year.
Coach.
Two sides to the argument. Maybe even more than two. Lopez with mid-range jumper, and he knocks it down. Boy, he made a total of 3 3-pointers. In the last 3 seasons, he's knocked down over 100 threes. As JaMychal Green, 5-point Milwaukee lead. Bledsoe with a mismatch on Harrell. And he hits his second 3-pointer of the first quarter. He has shot the ball well early in games. An easy one and one.
It's a different way, and we just got to respect it.
Ways to get it done.
Yeah, but I like what Giannis said. His coach not going to tell him, take the night off. That's not going to happen. He wants to play.
Up court for the Clippers. Little floater in the paint is good. It's nothing but net, and missed it. Williams with a quick crossover and kick. Beverly got it. His second
right play. So you willingly give him the basketball.
Inside Middleton. Had the mismatch and cashed in. During the July free agency period, Williams draws the foul on Bledsoe.
Great scorers coming off of benches in the history of this game.
3. In the next little bit. What do you think about Matt Harkless in the ball game with the rebound? Harrell inside, and a foul going to go against Ilyasova. A little over 19 a game. Folks, here's Thursday's averaging over 30 points per game, Mark.
Fun to watch.
You think they're slept on a little bit this year?
Yes.
Connaughton from 3-point territory. A little bit strong, and Harrell leading the break. Put it on the deck and goes 94 feet.
Years ago, power forwards or centers wasn't going coast to coast, just a handful. Now just about everybody can do it.
And Lopez with an easy one inside.
Playing in Indiana. That sounded like my days with numbers.
Watching Biggs bring the ball up, huh?
They said we want to have 6'7", 6'9" across the board.
On the Bucks roster this year, along with the Antetokounmpos. Thanasis not dressed tonight for the Bucks. And there's the other Lopez.
Established veterans that they can trust. And it's talented, deep, and has great size and length.
5 in terms of 3-point field goals attempted this year. Harrell with the floater. 3. George Hill at the point for Milwaukee. And George Hill ties. Thought long and hard about doing it. Ilyasova had that one rattle halfway down and out. And Harkless leading the break. Nice time inside. Zubac's fouled by Ilyasova. Didn't have far to go. Thing on the go.
You know, Doc raved about Harkless.
Ilyasova with the pump fake. Having a tough time shooting the basketball tonight. Off the steal, Giannis on the drive. Got grabbed and fouled. Warned a couple times in his career for taking too long. Giannis goes 2 for 2. He had a drill. Hell yeah. Williams on the drive and feeds. Zubac's punching it home. And Giannis can cover a lot of ground in that time. Settles for the 3 and comes up with a quick hitter, but no bucket. Giannis kicks it out to Lopez. That's Brook Lopez. Puts it on the deck and got all the way to the... Well, NBA coverage continues Friday on... I'll tell you what, Brook Lopez, he was dressed as Tom Selleck. Magnum PI. Had the cargo shorts and the
Nothing in my closet I'll wear. There's nothing in my closet that
We're talking about you right now.
I got Al Korver, the sharpshooter, got it blocked that time, and Giannis cleaned up the mess.
And then closing out to Brook Lopez.
He's another guy that the Clippers low-key took care of contractually, and that's why. 2-point Clipper lead.
I really like the way that Robinson has played. Doc Rivers inserted him in the ballgame. His energy and effort will earn him more minutes.
Hill puts Milwaukee up 1, yeah. He figures to get a little bit more time with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander now in Oklahoma City. What do you like about his game, Mark Robinson, outside of that turnover aside?
He can shoot, can play either backcourt position, competes on the defensive end, double or triple team defense.
The most unique player in our game perhaps today kicks it out to George Hill, who has 11. Matthews with a nice fake. Back to Giannis. Zubac's really laying off of him. Korver rising up. That's what he does. It's nothing but net. Giannis Antetokounmpo made it an easy decision for him as he hit his first 2. Saw Coach Budenholzer use his challenge in their last game against Minnesota. Load managing a knee injury. Harold, boy, can he do that again for us just so we can see what he did?
He shot that like he works on it. If you work on it, then do you.
In rhythm, Antetokounmpo. Prior to every game, approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes prior to tip, he's out here going through his pregame paces with the assistant coaches and his shooting. Middleton fouled by, sometimes overlooked in the daunting shadow of Antetokounmpo.
Shooter, ultimate pro, getting more and more comfortable handling the ball, playing out a pick and roll, and creating his own offense.
Lead back to 10. Bledsoe got downhill and finished at the rim. I was told that the facial ID recognition on his iPhone doesn't work for him anymore. Doesn't recognize.
I'm sorry, Mark Jackson. I mean, you don't need a facial ID. Punch in the password. It's okay.
And Bledsoe with his third 3-ball. Bledsoe with 4 3-pointers. Connaughton made a nice cut, and Lopez inside with an easy. Bledsoe off the Robin Lopez screen. Heat check. Williams working against Bledsoe. Out to Harold. Identity going back to Beverly behind the 3-point line. LeBron James with 3
committed on the defensive end, which has been a difference maker for that team. When LeBron looks fresh and committed.
And you speak of the defensive end for the Lakers. 3-pointer good.
That's a bad dude. And he gives us a real chance.
What'd you make of the Doc Rivers, Michael Jordan comparison?
They were just chopping it up. He says, I'm a big NBA fan. He says to the guy, well, who's your favorite player?
The guy maybe had a little too much.
Yeah, huh? Come on. You can show me some love.
Well, those NBA fans in London know their basketball. Athens, Greece at the free throw line. James Harden against the Rockets a few nights ago. Man, he had some great moments. Williams guarded by George Hill. Off the Harold screen, and Williams got it blocked, took it right into Athens, Greece at the free throw. Pardon me, with the line. James Harden. Man, he had some moments. Williams float guarded by George. Effort George Hill. The Harold screen, and Williams just got it blocked, took it right into Greece at the free throw line. James Harden against a few nights ago.
Had some great.
The Rockets, and he had some moments. Williams to Ruffin guarded by George. Effort George Hill off the Harold screen, and Williams just got it. Williams blocked, took it right into Greece at the free throw with great line. Pardon, James Harden against a few nights ago.
Had some great.
The Rockets, and he had some moments. Williams to Ruffin guarded by George. Effort, get back in a hurry by George Hill.
You got to give him help for a second.
There's the screen. Hill trying to fight over it. Williams had it knocked away, but a foul. Do you like the new challenge rule, Mark? What do you make of it? Challenged it. It went from being an offensive foul. 8-point game. George Hill kicks it out. Extra pass to Korver. Wide open three. Counted! The call on the one home game was a win against the Raptors. Here's Middleton. Got it off over Patterson.
I get an offensive foul called on me.
Here he is at the offensive end. Baseline to baseline, 94 feet. That opening night, rough outing in Philadelphia. Beverly on the move. Shamet passed up the three. Blocked right to Harrell for the room service lane. Antetokounmpo fouled on that Euro step. Left it short by about a foot. It happened in Boston last night.
Get away from the gym. Okay, I shot enough.
You think it's in his head a little bit?
I don't know, but I mean, that's pretty bad. I like teams are gonna force him to go to the line if he's expected because he has the basketball in his hands. So I can utilize the rules to my advantage.
Harrell fouled by the Clippers. Interesting hearing Doc Rivers talk about him next year, and then Doc said about 3 days into interesting to hear some of the intonations coming from the court. And the importance of communication. Bledsoe got into the paint. One thing about Pat Beverly, he's going to give everything he has at the defensive end. Harrell off glass. Montrezl Harrell, whistle and a foul.
He's a proven big man. And the thing I love about
strongest skills displayed there. His 1-point ball game. Bledsoe got into the paint and finished. Patrick Beverly on the deck. Out to Lou Williams for 3. Footer! Bledsoe getting downhill. Great pass to Giannis. Season averages already. Milwaukee led by 11 points coming into the period. Beverly goes quick, draws the foul. Got to deal with the Houston Rockets, and then was part of the
guy plays with an edge. Guys like that make road trips, bus rides, plane rides fun. They do not shut up.
Antetokounmpo trying to, right? But I'll tell you who would be just as good as him if he was still playing. Sam Cassell as Beverly. Giannis with a nice hesitation move. Got into the lane on the road in Houston. In a game that the Bucks had to close under 9 times tonight. Everybody makes a big deal about an air ball at the free throw line. It's only 1 miss.
It's a big deal.
It is? You think so? Not that I can remember.
Oh, here we go, man.
In terms of his 3-point shooting, but what he's done. 7th year of his career now. It's the 7th year that Michael Jordan won his first NBA championship.
Well, family. I don't care. Okay. Whether they can play or not.
Harrell with the jumper. And Giannis with the board. Coming in hot. Kicks it out to Hill for 3. Got it. Giannis behind the Robin Lopez screen. Now backs it out. Tees up the 3 ball. Got it. Until noon after that. Flew to Las Vegas for the ESPYs after that. Walked the red carpet, part of the awards, and then that's squeezing a lot into the stream of life in 24 hours.
You know what Charles Barkley did in the summer?
What's that?
Nothing. Okay. And he was absolutely great. Thank you.
I'm not going to speculate, good or bad, offensively. It was 2 of 8.
Well, he's going to be challenged. Jeff Van Gundy, they raved about his professionalism and what he brought to the table for that team.
Harrell working against Robin Lopez. Took the hit. Players to play all 82 games last season. Starting 5. Is it still a thing?
We were not crazy.
Okay.
We were paid. What is the science saying? There's one guy that has a testimony that load management worked for him. That has the jury. It's not a knock. He's a great player.
I'm willing to take a risk on next week. What about Paul George and what he brings to this team, and coming from the Pacers and what he meant to that franchise? Warriors now in his career.
Deserves that. Let's get it done.
You know what? You're right. That seems to be an incredible oversight, especially with all the great history they have there. Middleton,
you can tell I'm passionate about that, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, deservingly so. You're not alone, Mark. That tip no good. And with career, former head coach with Orlando, won a championship with Boston. Trying to do the same here with the Clippers. Zubac's got that. And to Michael Green, out to Lou Williams. Whistle. Counted at the start of the fourth quarter.
And the Bucks can say we did a very good job on them thus far. And the guy's got 27 points. The great scorers will find a way to get it done.
Got to get a hand up on Zubac's. Green controls. Whistle and a... Michael Green, a 90% free throw shooter coming to the game, makes the set. I remember Russell Westbrook walking up the floor with the ball in Golden State one time.
Correct.
As a member of OKC. Pat Beverly! Did you think he was doing a drill or something? Hasn't been shy about letting it go tonight. Lopez in heavy traffic. Brook Lopez back and got it in both their losses. Bledsoe inside to Lopez. Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis talk about buckets and talk about life. He's 3 for 4 from downtown. Williams got DiVincenzo in the...
It didn't, but we would tight come playoff time.
Okay, so win the championship.
That's a silly question. Don't speak to me. Just bring it on game nights.
Kyle Korver from get the handle on it. Williams splits the double. Fouled. Contemplated.
He signed him.
Lose the timeout regardless because this is one of the first 2 which are TV mandatory timeouts.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. And Doc clearly upset, and I agree with him. Joe pointed out, as I truly believe there was no contact made, and Eric Bledsoe sold that contact.
Nice shot. Middleton with a spin. Giannis with a left-hand flush. Past the midway point. Antetokounmpo doesn't hesitate, and he's feeling it. That 3 is wet tonight here at Staples Center. Lopez gives it back to Giannis. Korver with a nice ball fake and go. Soft touch off glass. A spry-looking Kyle Korver with the bucket. Spirited conversation with Zach Zarba right now. You can
This is his franchise. But it is the right call.
Shamet on the pick and pop. Got it. Defenders. Williams, Shamet again for 3. Yes!
On his way back, Giannis daps him up, says keep your head up, and continues to keep his foot on the gas pedal.
Going to work here against JaMychal Green. Nice pump fake and lefty finish in this game as well. Harrell with the floater.
Clear and conclusive visual evidence to overturn the call, so the call stands.
All stands. Thanks, Joe. And Shamet comes back at the other end and drills a 3. This effort so much symbolizes what this Clipper team is all about. Scrappy to the end. Bledsoe after the offensive foul with 9 of the last 11, meanwhile, for the Clippers. Harrell took it right into the body of Brook Lopez. Greek professional league and Euro League last year. As Harrell knocks down the second. Block for Bledsoe. Elbow jumper, no good. George Hill with a little thrill. Rivers, one of the best in the game in ATOs. Lou Williams. Welcome George Hill off the score. 1 minute to go. 4-point Milwaukee lead. Middleton against the shorter Beverly made space. Giannis with the board. Kareem. But he's not about records. He's about strength. George Hill still on the sidelines. Dante beats DiVincenzo guarding Shamet. Here's JaMychal Green with the mid-range jumper. There you go. Makes the second. 5-point game for Lou Williams. Middleton staying down on the pump fake. Shamet rising up. Banked it home! And the lead is 2. They can't foul Antetokounmpo. He got rid of it.
Basketball and they have to foul. I'm throwing the ball to Reggie Miller. I believe in myself, but he's a
making the right play. Williams. JaMychal Green blocked. And what an appropriate way for the seconds to wind down. Antetokounmpo with a block and a board. Guy put on 51 pounds since he came into the league, too. Look at those shoulders. They're built for it. The Bucks win it, winning their 4th straight and improved to 6-2 on the season, handing the Clippers their first home defeat. The final score, 129 to 124.